Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on the Ridge, we've got to protect our investment. That's right, this solar carport behind me is in danger. We've got huge storms coming, and I don't have any lightning ground protection. Let's get it installed. That's right, big storms are coming. The summer is over, fall is here, and fall brings thunderstorms here in West Tennessee. And I've managed to go most of the summer without damage. My solar array, I got 48 solar panels here on this huge 4-car carport, Chiko, USA. Got this from Signature Solar. I've managed to go all summer without any damage from wind or lightning. But it's going to happen. There's going to be a lightning strike close by. It's going to be something, so I got to get this fixed. So what I'm going to do today is get a bunch of ground clamps, solid 6-gauge wire, and we're going to do two 8-foot solid copper ground rods. We're going to drive them in the ground, and as big as this carport is, a lot of times you only use one ground rod, but because this is a 4-car carport, it's 46 feet long, I'm going to install one on this column and then one down there on that column. That way this thing is completely protected. A lot of extra ampacity for a lightning strike. Now I know a direct strike, you know, boom, the whole thing could blow up, right? You know, all the panels go flying and everything. That's not what we're talking about here. But you can see I've got temporary wiring right now. I'm gonna have to go around that. I am using about 17 of these panels to temporary portable power. I am working on a full 18,000 watt system, inverter system, with 61,000 watts of battery backup. This is a 24,000 watt solar array. So I want to protect my investment. So let me get my materials and we'll get started fixing this. All right, I got these materials from Lowe's. I'll show you exactly what we're going to be using. Set them up here for now. And so first thing I got to have is 100-foot 6-gauge solid conductor ground wire. So that's going to run all along the top and down the back column there. 100-foot should be more than enough for the 2 runs I'm going to be doing. And let's see what else we've got in the bag. I've got a bunch of these little straps here. These little straps are going to be to secure the cable down the column like that. And let's see, I've got screws for those, self-tapping screws for those. And I've got these splice bolts. So what I'm going to do, this is kind of pretty cool. I'm going to run the cable from C channel to C channel to C channel, and then there's a column, and I'm going to use that split bolt to run a cable down the post over there. So the split bolt allows me to put 2 pieces of copper. I'll run one straight through it and then one down. So it'll look really good. That's one way to do that. So also, this is important. This is a 5/8" ground rod clamp. So this is what I'm going to put over that solid copper ground rod and run the cable through. I think I have 2 of those now. Originally when I picked it up, I only bought 1. So I got 2 of them now. Let's see, that should be, oh, what about, we got one more very important thing. Gotta have this. Let's see, we gotta have 2 8-foot solid copper ground rods. Look at that. Before I can put my ground rod in, I've got to see where the concrete footer goes out to. You know, I formed up these concrete footers 18 by 18, but the concrete goes out another few inches. So I got to dig all this gravel out. I'm going to put this piece of rebar, I'm going to hammer it in the ground until I know I'm clear of the concrete. Then I'll start hammering down the 8-foot ground rod. Of course, I got my shovel here. I'll start getting all this gravel away. And hopefully it goes down pretty easy. I don't have too much rock here in West Tennessee. My friends over there in Arkansas, the family, man, they got rock everywhere. Me, I just got like clay. So clay is pretty tough too, but nothing like that rock. So fingers crossed it goes easy. All right, now that I've got it around chest level, I think I got a better tool for this job. Let me go get it. Ta-da! This right here. This should do it. All right, I should make quick work of this. Oh yeah. Well, that's about all I can do with that. Now, switch over to the sledgehammer. Sledgehammer. Ooh, I'll see if I can do this without missing. That ground's getting pretty solid down there too. You know, I'm probably what, 6.5 feet in there already? Oh, whew. I got mud all over me. That was splashing mud up on me as I was hitting those last pounding. I'm gonna leave it up about that much right there. I will take off that sticker there to make sure I have good electrical connection, but I'm not gonna pound it too much more in now because I'm gonna run that copper wire down there around, then I'll have that clamp, and then I'll pound it in the ground more and cover it back up with gravel. That way I don't run over it with a vehicle. I know I shouldn't be that close to the column, but you know, I want to make sure that it is out of the driving parking pathway. Guys, the storms, it is raining again right now. Oh, there's some sunshine, but there are black clouds coming and going. Oh, yeah, you can see the little bit of rain popping down on me right now. I hear thunder, I hear lightning, and being under a big metal carport without protection like this, kind of scary. So I need to hurry and get these grounds done. So let me get up, and I've got to drill holes in each of these C channels so I can run that ground along that way using my clamps that Chiko USA gave me. As a matter of fact, I didn't show those to you. Let me go get them. Come into the power shed here, see how my Blue Eddy system's doing. 64%. Jackery is at 32%. We got 1,267 watts coming in right now just on this Jackery from the solar panels out there. We got 311 on this. Of course, I've got solar going in there, solar going in there, and I have 2 things of solar going into the EcoFlow as well. So, all right, let's see. These are the clamps I got from Chiko USA. So I've got to drill a hole for this bolt right here, and then that ground wire will run along that little groove right there. So I'll have one of these on each C channel. Check this guy out. I saw him on the column there. He jumped off the ladder when I was moving the ladder and stuck to the column. I was like, what? Kind of scared me a little bit. He's a cutie. Look at that. All right, look at the sky. It was just pouring down rain a minute ago, and it's blue right there. Yeah, we got clouds are moving by quickly, so hopefully it clears up a little bit. So what I got to do now, let's get up here. I've got to. So I'm going to run the cable, the solid copper 6-gauge conductor wire from there straight down this column. We'll do that at the end, but first I got to get a wire ran from this C channel to that one, to that one, to that one, to that one. So 6 of them all the way down. I'm going to do it at the bottom, run right along the bottom edge there. So I need to drill a hole right there so I can get those clamps in, and then I'll just run that copper wire all the way down, use my split bolt right here, and run another one straight down this column. So let's get to work. I think I'll just do it right there. All right, that was hot, burned my arm, and I need some safety glasses because all that stuff's gonna get in my eyes. Let's get safety glasses, and then we'll put that that clamp in. Got my safety glasses on. Now I should be able to put this up in that hole, and I'm gonna do it, yeah, just like that right there, and then I'll run the wire through that. So let me get an extra hand here. One very important aspect is I got to make sure the paint is all scratched off where this this plate's going to go, because I need to have a really good electrical connection, because the bolt's a little bit smaller than the hole, so there'll be no metal to metal connection. So I need to scratch that up just a little bit. That should do it. Come a little closer. All right, so now you can see that metal is all off of there. So when I put this on there, this plate touches that metal directly, and that's perfect. Let's get this up in there. Make sure I get it on nice and tight. And that should be perfect right there. Could have gone a little bit closer to the beam, but now I can run that wire right through there all the way down, and I tighten this up. So I'll tighten this bolt up, and so I got 5 more to go. Oops. Got a little overzealous there with the grinder, didn't I? It'll be all right. All right, let me go ahead and get the next 4 drilled and grinded and get the clamps bolted on there. I'll bring you back as I start to run all that copper. Now for the fun part. Let's go ahead and get this 6-gauge solid conductor copper wire ran all the way down. Again, it's gonna be one straight run, cut both ends off, and then I'll use that split bolt connection to come down the back column. Hopefully that turns out pretty good. I think it will. All right, let's get up there on top of the ladder and see if I can get this ran straight. All right, let me slide this right in there. I'll leave a little bit hanging off. Get it pushed right on the end, see if I can get it tightened up. Good bite on it. I want to keep this nice and straight too, because I want it to be aesthetically pleasing as possible. I know you got a big copper wire going there. Let me bite into this pretty good so it doesn't come off. All right, let's get this straightened up and move down. I think I'm gonna just try to straighten this out. Get it nice and straight, because I should be twisting it. Am I going the right way? I'm going the right way. Okay. Get it nice and straight. Oh yeah, it's working good. Oh yeah. Pull it straight, Tim. Pull it straight. Get the next one out. All right. That should be good. Gotta go all the way out to there. And now I should be able to just line that right up. Pop that one in there. That one in there. See if I can get it started so it doesn't pop out. Oops, this one popped out. All right, nice and straight. Nice and straight, pull it tight. Alrighty, I'll get a pair of pliers and get a little straightness on it. Tighten this one up. There we are. Same thing here. Okay. Yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. I went ahead and loosened the middle ones up because I think what I'm gonna do is get them in the groove, and then I can pull them super, super tight, and that should straighten everything up. So let's try that. Oh yeah, get this one. There we are. Tight, snuggy, snuggy. All right, now I can straighten this out. I can cut that to length since we got what we need here. Make sure everything's straight. All right, and then I can slide my split boat on. Right there. There we are. Pull that back out. Gotta remember to do this before I get my before I tighten everything down. You gotta get the split bolt in there. So the split bolt is just going to slide right over. I think I'll do it this way, and that way right here I'll bring the other wire up and go in, come straight down, and I just tighten that down like that. So let me go ahead and tighten it right in the center. Hand tighten it, get this back in the hole. Everything straightened out, and tighten this one up. Straight out, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. All right, I got everything tightened up. I got that split bolt on there, lined up. I got most of the bends out of it. You can see a couple little, but I think I did pretty good straightening it out. That copper wire's hard to pull on, especially from that elevation. I think it turned out okay. I know all the black and red temporary PV wires, solar wires, are kind of look nasty there, but those will all be gone whenever I get the full system up and running. All the red and black wires that you see in the center will be gone. On this end of the solar array, you can see how these, there's no red, there's none of that nasty wires everywhere. Black will go to black, black will go to back to each panel. Everything will look symmetrical, look very, very good. That's how the other end should look when I'm done. All of this is just temporary, you know, going to the Blue Eddy and the Jackery for now. And of course I have to clean up those beams, get them wiped off. I did pressure wash everything, but I'll wash it by hand once we're all done. All right, let's get this vertical cable up to the split bolt. I got this pre-straightened out, left it out in the sun a little bit too to warm it up. The sun is coming out pretty consistently now. Slide it down in there. Tidy, tidy, tidy. Get it right in the center of my column here. I think that should be good right there. Get this tightened up. Tight, tight, tight. Oh, there we go. One more. Nice. All right, right there. Actually looks pretty good. All right, let's get the rough length here I need. It's gonna go like that, bend over. So let me cut it right there. All right, now I gotta run this under the wires. Let's go under this temporary zip tie. Again, all these solar wires right here are just temporary. 100% temporary. Get this straight. Straighten the wire out. Get this cleaned off here really well. I got the sticker off there, but I got to get all the dirt. Got to make a really good electrical connection, that's for sure. All right, got that. Now I need to do a little bend on this. There we are. And then this goes in there just like that. Right there. Let's get this tightened up. This should be good. I will hammer this in and hide it very well. Get the right depth. There we are. Make sure it's straight. All right, nice and tight. I'm gonna finish hammering this down. That should be good. Use this. I got to get this extension cord out from behind there. There we are. You know, I just thought of something. I really don't need this ground running all the way up to the top. I can strap it here to this column and do a self-tapping screw and a ground lug and put it right there. And then this steel internal to this column will be my ground, and I'll do the same thing up top. That way I don't have this ground exposed all the way up. I'm pretty sure NEC allows for that. This is metal bonded. That's kind of how we're doing it up top. So I've got the solar panel, the grounding clips to the M channel. M channel is machine screwed to the C channel. C channel has those bolts, those clamps we just put up there. Copper wire connects all those, and if I strap it to this post and then come out at the bottom, that 100% meets the requirements, and I don't need this exposed copper wire. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and I'm gonna cut those and get some lugs. I'm gonna go back to Lowe's, get some lugs, and eliminate this copper going all the way up on the outside. Looks so much better, don't you think? Let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. So this post right here goes all the way down to there. So I really should have put the ground rod right here, and I might do that down there. Guys, this is fluid here. So I'll dig this out, run this ground wire underground all the way over here, come up above the concrete, and I'll just fasten it right there. I'm gonna use my temporary clamp for now, and I'll go back and get a proper grounding lug. So when hey, that's not a proper grounding lug, I'm gonna put a proper grounding lug on it. But that's gonna make this look so much cleaner. Loosen this up. I'm gonna flip this around. Go ahead and cut this about right there. I know I'm wasting copper, but get this redone. Get this under here. I can turn around this way now. Now I can go from below. There we are. Make sure I get that nice and good and tight. There we are. Want to make sure it's good and tight. And then I can hammer that down a little bit more. Run this all the way around. There we are. There we go. Okay, now I can run this around the ground, underground, and up to right there. Perfect. Got my clamp and a self-tapping screw. I had to get my knee pads out. Woo, that's tough. Let me go ahead and get this started here. All right, let me get the ground under it. I promise you guys, I promise you, I will come back with the proper ground load. Get that over there. There we are. Get dirt off of it. Go ahead and get it tightened down there. I'm going to leave that exposed there because I'm not sure exactly where my actual ground lug is going to go. So I'll just leave that just like that. I got that all prettied up right there. Now I can go ahead and get all this gravel and dirt filled and do the top. Get the mud in first. Come on. Get all this nice. Get mud first, then the gravel. Oh yeah. Looks like a professional did it. Definitely not a professional. But I like that. Now, some might say you got to put that in conduit. That is not true. That is 6-gauge wire. You don't have to do it for 6-gauge or bigger. Bigger the number, the smaller the wire, in case y'all didn't know that. So 6-gauge, you'd have to do it. 4-gauge, you don't. 8-gauge, you would have to do it. 6 and 4, you don't. All right, that looks really good. Again, I'm gonna get a different lug on that. All right, let's go do the top. Now, I can't ground it to this beam or this bracket because they are just bolted with paint on the inside, so they're through bolts. They're not self-tapped into. Everything else that the ground passes through is self-tapping, so you got really good metal-to-metal connection. All the way from the solar panel to the M channel to the C channel to those clamps I just did, and then now self-tap to this post, and then all the way down to the bottom. So let me go ahead and cut this. Again, I can cut it a little bit more later if I don't like where it's at. All right, get that out of the way. And let me start this self-tapper right. Oh! All right, going in. I'll lift this up a little bit. There we go. How does that look? Tap that down just a little bit. There we go. Right there. Okay, again, I'm gonna come back and get everything. That looks so much better. Oh my goodness, love it. I am glad I had that idea of just cutting that big piece out. It looks so much better, and it does meet the electrical requirements. So we can look down here. The ground rod is hidden under the ground there. Got the gravel over. Comes up right there. Again, I get a different clamp in there. This is the cable that was in there. I will use those pieces for the other one on the other end. That looks nice and clean. Again, all these cables right here go away. But let's look at what we got going on up here. I think that turned out as good as it can. I think, the other end would look a lot cleaner because don't have all these other temporary wires up there. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, as far as the other end, I'm not going to walk under this ladder here, guys. As far as the other end, I do have this ground rod right here, and I am not going to bore you with doing all that one more time, but I was told you can use a hammer drill to put this ground rod in. Hammer drill doesn't just go roundy roundy, it goes roundy roundy, uppity uppity. So you go, it's like kind of like a jackhammer, but it's a drill. I think Come On Homestead and David did that at Come On headquarters. Now he's got rock, so they had a little harder time with it. I think it will work for me. Again, I'm not going to show you that today because y'all just saw me do that whole ground system. But I got one more thing to show you. Don't go away. Don't you go away. Ooh, looky here, guys. Look at that, 48 solar panels. Doesn't that look amazing? And they were so dirty and so covered with dirt and dust, but the rain helped clear it off. I know the sun's out now, but luckily that rain we had helped clear it off. So what I gotta do, you see all these clamps? There's clamps everywhere. Well, I'm missing this clamp right here. This is what Chiko USA sent me, and I'm just now getting around to putting it in. So I'm lucky a storm didn't come up and grab a hold of this and rip it up. Now, what we have here is a ground clip. okay? And this clamp down inside there, this clip slides up right under like this. Actually, it slides like this, slides like that. And these panels fit right on top of that cheese grater looking thing there, and that bites into the panel. So on all four corners, the aluminum here is grounded to the M channel. This right here is the M channel. And this M channel, again, everything is straight metal to metal connection. So the clamp is machine screwed to the, self-tapping screw to the M channel. M channel is self-tap screwed to the C channel. And then the C channel has the ground lugs we just did with the number 6 copper wire. To the big column, all the way down to, again, another lug down into the earth ground. So and I've already got there's a ground clip right under here, so I don't need to put this on. Actually, I think I am missing one over there, so I'll probably get that on. They sent me some more of these. So let me get this on. I slide that right down in there. See if I can do this with one hand. It does have the spring on there. Come on now. All right, get it started. Get it started. All right. All right, let me set the camera up and I can get my drill going. Got that lined up right there. And make that real tight. That bites in to that cheese grater there. Gives a really good ground. So this solar panel is mechanically done. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I know it was a little bit tedious with all that wire and groundwork, but it was very essential to a safe solar array. And I'm glad I got that done. Now I've got one more to do on this end. Again, I'm not gonna bore you with the same thing twice, but I am gonna give you something. I'm gonna try to get this ground rod in with that hammer drill. I'm gonna do it in time lapse. Put this right here at the end. So if you like today's video, give it a big old thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified anytime a new video comes out on one of my channels. So guys, until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed day and go Ridge Life. Woo!